That's one of the lines from this episode, or previous episode.
So this episode, episode 18, hey, you remember Wacky Races? Because
Well,
I
Wacky
don't,
Races.
It was before my time.
I remember Wacky Races.
I feel
Not
like I may have
because-
seen like one episode of Wacky Races.
I watched it when Cartoon Network aired like their Boomerang block before they separated into its own channel. And they would play old cartoons, one of which was Wacky Races. So I've seen some Wacky Races.
Man, how much does it like hurt right now just knowing that Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends is in the Boomerang block? It's like on the Boomerang channel now. They just play it.
I mean, whatever. At least they have something good over there to watch.
Just, hey, look at this old cartoon with, like, 50s Bug Bunny cartoons and, like, classic Scooby-Doo. And it's this thing that, like, premiered, aired, and ended in my lifetime as a kid.
Yeah. I guess I should clarify, that's not to say that Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends is the only good show on Boomerang. Because, yeah, they air, like, Looney Tunes and stuff, which is, of course, good.
Yeah, I remember watching 60s cartoons on CN in the early 90s. Man, you know what really feels weird is that it's like, I feel like most of my experience with Wacky Races is that
I am 31, I'm not that old, sorry.
Is that it's like, yeah, there's like a whole like parody Tom and Jerry movie that was like parodying Wacky Races, and that's where like just most of like the feel of this is hitting me in the dumb Tom and Jerry racing movie, where Tom and Jerry race against like something it's like Mordred the Dark or more of the crap, and he's like a literal evil like dark lord from like a video game or whatever just in the race.
No.
Fucking like evil dark wizard like soccer mom in a Humvee. And there's like some other crap.
Just a joke, I'm a fossil though. Oh, I know it's a joke, I just... Yeah. Which one? Crap. Which one was the Wacky Races guy? Was it Dick Dastardly or Snidely Whiplash?
I believe Snidely Whiplash. Dick Dastardly is like... Is that Dudley Do-Right? I think it's Dudley Do-Right.
Maybe?
It might be.
They're basically the same character. I don't remember.
I need to make people watch Dudley Do-Right for movie night. That film is so like dumb and just weird.
You villain.
The entire like character arc is that Dudley Do-Right has to learn that sometimes it's fine to do bad things.
I've seen Dudley Do-Right, but I don't remember anything about it.
Man, I remember that. I remember the villain in the movie is just straight up trying to be one-to-one with the cartoon counterpart, and it's kind of amazing. Like, they're just going all in, and it's really dumb. But yeah, this episode. So yeah, we, like, get primed for the big reveal as, like, a Burgermon just shows up on a train and offers them burgers, and they're like, oh, no thank you, or whatever.
It's like Airy Burgermon or something? It's like a pre-evolution of Burgermon? Also, Izumi did want food, but they don't have any Digimon money.
Right, yeah. So they like go to the next town, and there's just a random race going on, but it's like, oh no, all the racers suddenly quit, so like all the main characters have to take over. And it's like, here's the thing, this is 100% filler. I'm fine with this. This is fun.
Yeah, they quit the race because Black where Garurumon shows up, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna race, and they're like, oh, that's Black where Garurumon, forget that.
Yeah, he's just gonna win again this year. We can't be an ultimate.
Well, it's probably not that. He probably has a reputation for being a cheater because he's clearly the Dick Dastardly in this race.
Yeah, honestly, that makes way more sense.
Like, he's even got the Dogmon, which is very clearly inspired by Muttley.
Oh yeah, just straight up. So I do remember seeing this episode as a kid very distinctly. I remembered like nothing about it other than being like, oh yeah, it's Wacky Races, huh? And now I'm looking back and it's like, man, this is a fun episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you see how like
It's
all the main characters just get taken out of the race through progressively dumber and dumber means.
It's an episode that doesn't have anything to do with the plot. That's fun. Maybe a certain other series could take some notes.
Yeah, just like they just immediately, they're like, oh yeah, what's the prize? And like Scarecrow, like Digimon's like, oh yeah, the prize is like you get a burger, and Izumi's like, okay, done.
That Scarecrow Digimon shows up in the 2020 reboot of Adventure, and he's pretty cool.
Oh,
although
dang.
it's kind of weird because I was used to the Scarecrow not talking. Because there's like a bird that sits on his shoulder, and it's the one that talks, and it like puppets the Scarecrow.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Where anime's heavily inspired by American animation, how the whole world kind of was. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just straight up, like, I'm pretty sure the idea of, like, the anime Punch Rush attack straight up came from Popeye.
I believe
straight up. I saw a clip from, like, the old movie or something, like, not the live action one, like an old, like, animated Popeye movie from, like, the 50s. And it's like, you look at the moves he does, and it's like, oh, these are just straight up anime shonen protagonist attacks. Just Popeye like 1-to-1, basically.
Popeye does a JoJo's Punch Rush.
Yes. Sick. I'm pretty sure he does like JoJo's Punch Rush. Like I think he does crazy like spin stuff. Like it's wild. I had to link the video. It's really good. Like someone just takes it and they play anime music over it, and it's like, holy crap, this fits so well. Some rare probably watch Wacky Races Wacky Racer as a kid.
Oh, definitely. Because this episode is 100% inspired by Wacky Races. There's no way it's not.
And I love it. Like,
yeah,
I have no problems with things being like very blandly inspired by other things. This is great.
Yeah, because it's like right down to the vehicles being like weird and different.
Yeah. It's like they immediately just start off, and it's like Neymon just falls asleep, so his train just like gets disqualified at the starting line.
Yeah.
And the train just gives up, and he's like, yeah, whatever, I'll just take a nap too.
Yeah. Also, more representation of like weird like offshoot Digimon, because Pitomon is the race announcer. And if you don't know that, it's the off-brand Angemon.
Yeah, just straight up. Like, I'm so glad it's like Pitomon. That's such a good like, role for him.
Yeah, it could have just been
it could have just been Angemon.
But no, we got the weirdo offshoot Pitomon.
Yeah, because again, this show has like zero reverence for like older Digimon that were like partner characters. It's just like, oh yeah, we could do an Angemon, but screw it, Pitomon works. Less wings to animate.
Oh, is that the difference? Does Angemon have more wings?
Angemon has more wings, the staff doesn't have the moon thing on, and his sash is blue instead of red, and those are the big differences.
Okay, I knew there were color differences. I wasn't really...
So Angemon's kind of like a higher tier of Pitomon.
Right. Angemon has like 6 wings, doesn't he?
He has 4, I believe, and I believe Magna Angemon has 6, and like Angewomon has 8, I think. And, like, Seraphimon and, like, Magnadramon have, like, 10. I think. Don't quote me on that. I think Ophanimon also has 10, but she might have like 12 or something. I don't know, I'd have to look at her. But yeah, that's like the big progression, yeah. It's like more wings equals like, more like holy power or whatever. Because of course, right?
Yeah. Huh. Angelmon does have 8 wings. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah. Think about, like, Magnangemon also might have 8, because I think he has the 2 that are, like, around his waist. Yeah.
Angemon has 6.
Oh, does he? Okay, yeah, I'm wrong then.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, we get the Wacky Races.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's so much that happens, it's kind of hard to talk about everything that happens, but...
I do want to quickly mention that Junpei's train just gets attacked by a Raremon after he just literally just Digivolves for style points, and it kind of makes the train go faster.
Yeah, I was thinking right before his Trailmon asked him why he evolved, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, he literally Digivolves for style points and Raremon attacks, and the stink makes him just like fall over like a dead bug, which is a good gag.
Yeah, and they just stop and they can't deal with the Raremon, so they're disqualified.
Yeah, like Izumi's like pushing her train super hard, and the train just gets really tired and just gives up.
Well, this is okay.
Yeah.
So, Blackware Garurumon like has Dogmon throw a bomb at the track, and like her train and is it just her train?
Her train and like
Koji.
Yeah.
Koji's on his, and he's like, it's too late to stop, just jump it, and they do. But Izumi falls off the track with hers, and she evolves into Fairymon and grabs the train.
Oh yeah, let's not forget about this.
Fairymon is stupid strong because she catches the train and pulls it back up the ravine and like puts it back on the ground, and she's like, okay, I'm exhausted, I'm done.
Literally pulls the entire mole train up like from the depths, like carries it by herself, like flying.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. You have this much power and you can't beat a Woodmon, what the heck?
Crazy. And then immediately following them is Tomoki and... Or was it just Tomoki's train?
Friggin' girl can lift. Jeez. Man, maybe that's what, like, Izumi's problem is. Maybe she's just not using the strengths of her beast spirit to its full effect. Like, maybe she should have just, like, grabbed the Woodmon from behind, just flew it, like, 30 miles up in the air, and then just thrown it at the ground. I'm sure that will have solved the problem pretty quickly.
Gravity is a pretty powerful weapon.
Like I said, growing girl, jeez.
So yeah, I think it's just Tomoki and his train that comes after them. And the first instance of him doing work is he turns into Chalkmon and makes a ramp for his train to jump over.
Yeah, there's like multiple points where trains go off the tracks and they're gonna fall down a pit and the heroes have to like save them.
Yeah.
It's like one is like, Tomoki like attaches to the train and just like extends out to grab like someone else who's holding on to a different train, I think. Something to that effect, yeah. And he's like keeping it on like just together with his like ice powers by just shape-shifting.
Koji and...
Yeah, there's one shot that makes like no sense at all where like Koji jumps after a group of people who are falling, if I remember right, to like stop the trains, and he just like just evolves into like Garurumon and somehow just lands at the bottom of the ravine before they do and just stops them by just being an obstacle at the bottom of the gorge.
No, that's not what happens. He transforms and catches both his and Tomoki's trains as they're falling. He catches them as they're falling and catches Tomoki at the end in his mouth.
Yeah, because like he falls after the trains, I think, and he just appears at the bottom. It's like he basically just like shoulder checks up seemingly, and just on both the trains, and Tomoki just appears. He's like, "Oh yeah, here." He just grabs him, and it's like, yeah, all right. I guess that solves that.
Yeah,
it's so confusing to watch.
Yeah, up until then, I'm like, wow, Chuckmon's putting in some work, and then Garurumon catches 2 trains on his back, and it's like, oh, okay.
That's the power of a freaking beast spirit.
Yeah, I guess so. And so it's only left to Takuya and Blackbird Garurumon's trains.
Man, I was scene where Izumi goes Fairymon, and she just, like, grabs a hold of Peldramon, like, from the back of his neck, and just flies him off just to another location. just flies him off, just tosses him somewhere, and just flies back, like, okay, that's one problem dealt with.
Just drops him in a volcano.
Just like, if there's a volcano around, I was gonna say, like, just drops him in, like, a lake or something, and he has to, like, swim his way out.
Yeah.
Just drops him in the ocean, and we just, like, don't see what happens. It's like, alright, well, he's probably gonna have that, but it's gonna take him a while, so there we go. Oh, man. But yeah, essentially we just get down to a point where it's like, it's just, Takuya and, like, the Were Garurumon train. And, oh god, now that I'm looking at this, his right eye is kind of wonky. Yeah, I didn't even notice. That's oof.
There is a weird shot where Takuya is falling off of his train, like, unevolved, and I'm just like, okay, just turn into Virtuemon and fly up, and he's just not doing it. And then Tomoki, like, comes by on his skis for some reason and picks him up but lets him go, and he continues to fall, and then he evolves.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Yeah, there's some strange shots in this episode.
Yeah, I did genuinely love this episode, even like all the weird shots and everything.
Yeah, it's a fun episode.
Yeah, like, this is not detracting from my enjoyment at all.
Yeah. But yeah, they end up going into a tunnel, which is like an old abandoned mine, and there's like a bunch of Demi-Meramon floating around.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, I think they try to, like, blow them up, if I remember right.
Yeah, Dogmon throws bombs onto the track.
Yeah. It's like, he evolves just into the thing like, okay, if you're gonna play dirty, then I'm gonna play dirty too. And, yeah, holy crap, we just straight up get a new insert song just out of nowhere.
Yeah. Real quick, the Worm Trailmon, which is one that Taki is riding, crashes and, like, starts leaking oil. And then one of the Meramon, I guess just to be a little douchebag, just, like, he flies down and just touches the oil and it ignites. And it's like, why would you do that?
Oh, man. It's like, honestly, I had to listen back to Salamander like 2 or 3 times or more, and it's like, yeah, like, just to confirm it's like a new thing. Honestly, I like it way more than with the Wills. Salamander is great so far. I hope they keep using it. But yeah, it just evolves, and just, like, you just see the explosion from outside. And it's like, okay, well, they're surely done, right? And, like, Richamon just comes out, and he's flying the train.
Yeah, he's got it gripped with, like, his claw feet, and he's, like, holding on to the Trailmon as he flies it forward out of the tunnel.
He's, like, grinding it across the ground, and it's working. Yeah.
I like how they get past him though. Richmond flies up and he shoots a fire attack at the worm Trailmon, and he opens up a chamber, and it's like I think the idea is that Richmond is like giving his engines fire.
Yes.
And the Trailmon breathes fire at the one in front of it, and it jumps off the tracks.
He just hypercharges it with his beast spirit energy.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's a really fun way to end it. Like, kind of main character syndrome, but screw it, it's fine for filler.
Yeah, it was fun.
I do like Richamon. Richamon still remains a really cool evolution. I feel like that's honestly not gonna change anytime soon, huh?
Yeah, probably not.
Oh man. But yeah, they like finished the race, and we learned the devastating truth. Hey, we didn't like just give you a single burger by winning. Instead, what you get are tickets to a place that makes burgers by Digimon that are burgers.
Don't think about it too much.
They eat the burger, but they also are the burger. They are the burger, but they also like the burger.
Yeah, don't think about it too much. There's also Potatomon, who is like he has like French fries for hair. They're more like potato wedges, but yeah.
This is like something, and so I recently found out this, and it just reminded me of this super hard. Yeah, apparently there is an episode in Gravity Falls where, like, you know, the pig, they had him eating bacon. Like waddles. And, like, in production, you know, apparently, like, someone walked in and was like, oh yeah, no, we can't do that, it's too mean. And they changed it to a pizza. And the pizza has sausage on it. It's like pepperoni, yeah. And no one caught it.
Are you sure it's pepperoni and not sausage?
I don't know. I forget which was, but I thought it was pepperoni, yeah.
Well, pepperoni's made from goat.
Is it? I thought pepperoni was pig.
I mean, unless I'm crazy.
Because I was, like, listening to, like, some random videos, and there was, like, a bit for a commentary where it was, like, casually mentioned, and there was, like, oh, yeah, we had to, like, you know, just, like, go back because we realized, like, you know, it was too mean to feed him bacon. And it's like, oh, yeah, what's on the pizza? And they're, like, the voice actress for Mabel's like, oh, no!
Oh.
Hang on. You know, I'd actually really look this up.
Oh, I guess I'm wrong. Who in the world told me it was made from goat?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm wondering. Like, that's, like, so weird that I'm like, yeah, like, is it true?
I could have swore. And somebody told me at some point that was the case, but I guess I'm wrong.
Damn. All those goats at the farm have to be made into something.
Pepperoni's made from pork or from a mixture of pork and beef.
Yeah, okay.
Turkey's commonly used.
Man, turkey pepperoni would be, like, so weird.
Yeah,
pepperoni must be appropriately labeled. Okay, yeah. It comes from pork trimmings. Okay, which is mostly fat, small amounts of meat attached. Okay, yeah. Makes sense. Wait, is pepperoni pork or beef solved? What is this? Why are so many people asking, like, is pepperoni beef?
Because it can have beef in it.
Oh, that's so weird. This is such a weird rabbit hole. Yeah, this is like a whole, like, yeah, is pepperoni pork or beef? Wait, is pepperoni made from goat? Okay, wait, hang on. Maybe if I search this.
The answer seems to be it can be.
Does/can pepperoni contain goat meat? Where does this even come from? Yeah, this is just someone asking. It's like, I don't know. It could be made with any meat, I think. So, okay, whatever.
Yeah, the answer seems to be it doesn't really matter too much what meat it's made out of because it's all the spices that give it its flavoring.
Oh, alright. You know what? Fair enough. Man, more of I don't like pepperoni then, because if it's like, if it can be anything and it's just the spices, then like, why not just spice it differently?
Then it wouldn't taste like pepperoni.
Sausage, so yeah, exactly. I hate pepperoni. You make turkey sausage soy meat as possible. Yeah, fair enough. That turducken meat. Jeez. So yeah, I learned the horrible truth that they're actually getting mini burgers, and that's the reward.
Yeah. I think the issue is that they're not getting burgers now.
Yeah. Well. We're a breed to not like pepperoni. But yeah, I guess your thoughts?
From what I know of Death, he's very picky about food.
Yeah, I'm pretty picky. I'm not gonna hide. I'm very peculiar about it. But yeah, solid episode, like, just fun little, like, goofy train adventure. Choo choo.
It's fun. It's fun episode. I liked it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about an episode I didn't like.